to piano lesson number 34. Today I'm going to be talking about Hanon. I'm going to give you a little background on it, and I'm going to give you a counter argument of what is good about Hanon and someone that doesn't think Hanon's that great. I'm going to explain a little bit of what it tries to do, what it does benefit, and what you'd be doing by helping by doing your Hanon exercises. It's a pretty well-known book, and I've got it right here actually. Hanon, the Virtuoso Pianist. It was written by, most people know it by Hanon, but that's actually just the last name of the guy who wrote it. Charles Louis Hanon wrote it actually in, I think it was 1819. Well, he didn't write it in 1819. He was born in 1819 and he died in 1900 exactly. And pretty much, if you read in this book, it talks about how pianists basically of the day, it's no longer tolerated to be a mediocre pianist, and it requires 8 to 10 years or something to even just be able to go out and play in public. That's what he's talking about. And his whole goal here is he wanted to, like it says, if all 5 fingers of the hand were absolutely equally well trained, they would be ready to execute anything written for the instrument, and the only question remaining would be that of fingering, which could easily be solved, or readily be solved. There you go. See, I just go with the bloopers. They just roll into the video. Anyway, yeah. So this book here is the complete. So it has there's 3 volumes actually published. There's 20 exercises in each volume, and basically the first volume is the first 20 exercises. It's sort of for beginner piano players starting sometime after the first year of piano. The second one is more for intermediate. It prepares you for trills, scales, some chromatic stuff I believe. And then as you're going on and you get into the more advanced stuff, then it shows trills, like it prepares you for trills, repeated notes, doubled thirds, detached sixth notes, legato thirds, chromatic scales and minor thirds, preparatory scales for octaves, and go through all this stuff. Scales in 24 keys for octaves. So basically it's a big technique book, but that is supposed to also, they're all the exercises devoted to, developing your technique and whatnot. So we go through here, they've got like 3-fold trills, and then they do tremolos and broken chord arpeggios and sustained octaves where you'd be like holding a note down, kind of like that stuff. And where would we? There's the 4-fold trills, those are pretty intense. And then here's tremolos, look at that, look at all those notes. It's like mostly black. Yeah. Anyway, so Hanon has been tried, tested, and I guess you could say true. Some people argue Hanon actually. Some people say, Hanon is very good for your technique. It gives you well-balanced strength. Because basically what Hanon's doing is they want you to play with round fingers, nice supple wrists, everything just very nice, and lift your fingers high. So that's the whole idea of Hanon, is to strengthen your fingers. So it's a finger-centric kind of method for training your technique. Now, you've probably also heard later on, the past little while, like a couple, not more recently, pianists it's been more accepted that you can use your arm to play this. And apparently a lot of people say that it's impossible to master the Chopin etudes without using arm technique. So one of the main advocates of Hanon, she actually said, she advises you to throw out your Hanon book and your Czerny, or Czerny, however you want to pronounce it, would be Abby Whiteside, I think it is. Abby Whiteside. And you can look her up on Wikipedia. She advocates using the use of your arm and getting the weight from your, the strength from your shoulder, as the fingers are already weak and it's impossible to try to control that, I guess she's trying to say that each finger's already, it's going to be strong. Some fingers are going to be stronger than others, and it's useless spending time training those weak fingers because you can get more power. The fourth finger is very weak. The fifth finger is very weak as well. So she's saying instead of instead of trying to train your fingers, get that power from your shoulder and your arm, which I think is also smart as well. But I think you need to have a balance of both. You need to have a good finger technique and arm technique. And I'm sure she agrees with this as well. And I also am sort of wary of Hanon as well, because I remember I developed worse tendinitis from using too much Hanon. So I do know that it can actually hurt your arms if it's not used properly. So I will give you a warning for that. If you just, do and you just go crazy, and then you're doing you are going to get tendinitis probably. Like, unless, you have amazing training or whatever. But that's sort of a background of Hanon, and I don't know if anyone's ever talked about this on YouTube. I know there's so many out there that's like, okay, well here's the first lesson of Hanon, you do this. Well, I'm going to give you guys a link in the video description that way. If you want to, you can click on it and you can download the Hanon book actually. Or you can go to Amazon and you could purchase it. I'm going to leave that up to you because, wherever you guys want to find it. This lesson was primarily made for one of the members on my forum. His name's Thomas. And hello Thomas, how's it going? He wanted me to show a couple of my favorite Hanon exercises. Now I use Hanon a little bit. I try to stay away from it because I have tendinitis right now, and if I go too fast or I play too hard, then it's going to hurt my arms. So that's why I'm kind of careful about Hanon. So I think with Hanon you've got to stay slow. You can't speed, and you also have to take breaks. You should also play relaxed and try not to get too stiff. Okay, so my favorite ones, I decided that it would make no sense to go into the advanced exercises, as most of you would not be able to play them, so I am just going to go with 3 of my favorite exercises in the first 10 of the exercises in the beginner book. So my first and most favorite one, where is it now? It would be this one. It is number 5, and it is a very good exercise for building, basically, it uses all your fingers, and it has a nice little pattern. It sounds kind of nice. This is how it goes. Just like that. And you just play along, and you get a nice little rhythm with your fingers going, and it's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. So your wrist should be high, shoulders up, stay relaxed. Pushing into the keys straight down, and make sure that your fingers are curved so that your weight is being supported like a structure, not like this collapsing inward. Okay? And while you're doing this, hold back the urge to race and go quickly, and also keep very steady. Like, it makes no sense to do this. Doesn't make any sense, okay? All you're going to do is hurt your internal pulse and your rhythm, and you're not going to really learn learn how to play steady. And that's also what Hanon's good for. It actually builds a good inner pulse. So that's one thing I do like about it. So what we should do here is stay very slow, very steady, and until you learn the piece, don't race. Just make sure you're going at a nice slow speed, like maybe this. Slow. Okay, now, the other one I like is number 6. This one's quite good as well. It's a little bit like the number 5, except it has one repeated note up in the top, which is your 5th finger. So it's kind of good because your 5th finger is your weakest finger. And so this kind of strengthens that side. So it sounds like this. Like that. So, as you hear, there's this one repeated note on the top, whereas you're alternating. Or actually, that was number 5. So your fingers are coming down, whereas it's switching to 5. So it's kind of a good exercise. I like that one. And I'm going to show them in more detail, but I'm going to have to hold the camera with one hand. So I'm only going to play it one-handed. And but you guys will be able to download the music, so pretty much you'll be able to get the notes for it. Okay, now the other one I'd like is, where is it? It's number 10, I think. A lot of them, the first 10 exercises are all very good. I actually don't like the first one very much, and I don't find it very valuable, to me at least, but I know it's good for like beginner. I like number 10, I think it is here. He's looking at this one, yeah. No. So that's sort of how it sounds. You start off on the C, you go up to the A, then you come down to your 2nd finger, and then do sort of a little trill here. Now why I think that's good is because you do a lot of trilling with your 2nd and 3rd finger. So it's sort of, it reinforces it with the 6th of a jump, and then a nice roll, coming down. So you're getting a nice come down to your 2nd finger. So you get a nice run there. And then you get to do, so. And then you go in the D, and then you go up to 6. And then you do it again. Sloppy. But anyway, yeah, I don't do these very much. I put most of my time into my songs and my regular technique, because I just don't have enough time to put much time into this. Otherwise my hands, I only have a certain limited amount of time that I can play the piano with the tendonitis I got. And if you're wondering how I got it from a heart condition and side effects from medications that doctors did not let me know of. I actually before had a really amazing technique and never had any muscle pain or anything. Anyway, but yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go over these in a little bit more detail. So let's take this off. Okay. So let's start, I guess, since we're already on number 10, I'll show you what it looks like. So there's number 10. Now it says preparation for the trill with the 4th and 3rd finger. So it's 2 and 3 here and also 4 and 3 there. So that's also another benefit. I actually forgot that's what it was all about. But yeah, it does practice a lot of trills, which is good, and the runs as well. So take a good look at this. This is the general layout, how it just progresses up. Okay, now that's pretty much how it works. Now the transition spot is right here, so this is how you transition. This is from when you get up to the top and now you're going back down. And now it works the other side of your hands. So that's how that works. And then this is the ending here. So that's all you really need to see for the Hanon exercise number 10, because the rest is just patterns, just going up and down. Okay, so you can pause it at those video spots, take a look, experiment on your piano with those, and then you can basically learn them. Okay, now number 5. Okay, so here's number 5. So we repeat that the fingers should be lifted high with precision until the entire volume is mastered. Okay. Please master this, Yoda. Okay, now I'm being weird. Alright, so this is number 5. So see how it's like it's slowly coming down, and these are coming down. It's really nice like that. And we go up and up and up and up and up until we get to the transition point, which is here. Okay, pause that, and then this is going down. Okay, and then the ending, once we get to the ending, is right here. And there you go. Okay, so number 6. Once I go over these with the video, then I'll go over them with my hand. Then, to obtain good results with the process to study this work is indispensable to play daily at least once the exercise is already learned. So pretty much what they're saying is, do all the exercises you've learned every day. Which isn't bad advice because you should be practicing every day if you can. Okay, so here is, why is it being blurry? Come on, focus. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, these are the ones where, see, there's that one repeated note up on the top as these ones are falling down, just like these are. So as we do that, we keep going. This one works our 5th finger the most. And here's our lovely transition point. So as we're coming up, then it changes right here, and then now we're going back down. And here's the ending. And there we go. Now, I'll go over the starting. Okay, so first I'm going to start with, this is number 5 that I'm going to do. So I'll play it with my right hand while I'm looking up at the music because I don't actually have these memorized. Oh, actually I sort of do. Okay, so the way this one's going to work is you're going to start with your thumb on the C, which it would actually be down here by this point, so I guess I should play it down here. So thumb on the C, then I'm going to go up to the A on my 5th finger, then go to my 4th finger, then my 5th, and then my 3rd, and then my 4th, and then my 2nd, and then my 3rd. So 1, okay, now left hand would look like this. Down here it would be. And then you just go up to the D. So you can see why I like this, because it's a lot of, that's really good for a lot of passage work actually. Okay, so then you just continue up, up, up until you get to, you hit a G at the top. So once you're hitting this G with your right hand, then you do this. And then you go on to the next part, which is, so I'll do that one more time. And then I just move my thumb down. Move my thumb down again. But yeah, that's the left hand coming down. Oh, the right hand, sorry. Then the left hand would be right here. And it's going to look like this. Well, let's do it from the transition point. So the transition point, as I'm coming up, and then I go. So let's do that again. So 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. And the reason I'm using finger numbers instead of key names is because it's just the same finger number and it's not going to always be the same key. So it makes more sense to talk about what the finger number is than the key, because you're just moving up and up and down in the keys. So it really makes no sense to just tell you what the key name is, because you should already know it at this point. And if you don't, go back and watch my other lessons. I think that's lesson number 1. Talks about key names. Okay, so I don't want to go on too much longer here, so here's the ending. The ending goes like, where are we here? Okay, there we are. So the ending is like this. and then just down to the C, and you're done. Okay, so that's that. Now, number 6, I'll quickly do this one. And if you guys want to, you're going to be able to find the sheet music online, and you should be able to download it and print it as you wish. But I'd suggest you buy the book. Okay, so here we go. This is number 6. Now notice how I just keep repeating that top note. That was the other exercise. So that's the difference. It's like this one's just repeating, whereas this one kind of goes down with it, and then this one is repeating. Okay, and then up here, transition point. Ooh, I'm almost running out of battery here. Okay, so there's the transition point, and we're up here, so it goes like this. Thumb. So 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 1. And then how it changes, it goes 5, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. So now the thumb is getting repeated. Now, well, if you watch my hand from a side view, you'll notice that I have very rounded and curved fingers. But I'm not going like this. I'm not going to overcurve my fingers. I'm not going to flatten them out. I'm just going to let them sit there. It's all about being relaxed. Because if you tense, you're going to hurt your arms. So from a side view, it looks like this. Whoops. I'm trying to look at this. Just like that. I could probably slow it down. So it'd be... So as you notice, I'm kind of shifting my hand. This cuts down on the amount of finger movement you have to do, and it's good for relaxing your hands. I think Hanon, Charles Lewis Hanon himself probably wouldn't have liked that. I'm not sure, but I've never met the guy. He probably would have wanted me to be lifting my fingers up like this. But you see, that requires a lot more effort, and it strains your hands out more. It's much more effective to use the shifting and the natural kind of rotation of the wrist and everything. Okay, so that's that, and then the ending looks like this. Let's get a better view there. And that's the ending. Okay, last exercise. Number 10. Dun dun dun. There's the start. Okay, so this one goes like this. It starts on the C, and then it goes up to the A, just like most of the Hanons do, and then goes all the way down to 2, and then, so it's C, A, G, like that. I should be saying the finger number, so it's 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then 1. Okay, so that's that. I shouldn't have been speeding up, but I'm getting kind of impatient with it. Okay, now there's this part, there's the transition. So it goes. So now I'll show you what it looks like on the piano. I thought that would be interesting to play it while you look at the music. Whoops. I wasn't looking. Okay, sorry. So that's pretty much the basic idea. You keep going down until you get to this part where you go. Whoops, sorry. So, and that's that. So I know I didn't really cover it in super hardcore detail, but that's what the books are for. I think what I can offer is like some advice on how to do your Hanons and the history behind them and what's the pros and cons of them. So basically the pros are you'll get more even, the whole goal is to get an even finger. So pretty much the pros to Hanon are you get a more even finger centralized workout basically. Your fingers get an even touch, they develop more strength, but you also have to be careful about overuse. And if you overuse it, like if you overdo Hanon too much, you do it too quickly, it's not even, you're going to get tendonitis, or at least there's a good chance you will. So please be careful of it. Use it with caution, but I'm going to provide the download link and hopefully you'll buy the book. It is worth it. Like, I mean, this book was only $8.95. Like, it's hardly anything. So, for the amount of like value you're getting for that $8.95, it's crazy. But basically, there's just so many things you can get from Hanon. I'm trying to get back on my mind get back on track because I was doing the lesson and then my camera ran out of memory, so I'm trying to pick up where I left off, and I actually went on for like another 5 minutes before this, and then I had to like go back, and it's been like 20 minutes since I was recording, so I'm like cutting this in and I'm trying to go back. But I think I was talking about the benefits of Hanon, but the thing is that's only part of it. If you only use your fingers, that's not enough, because like you need to be able to use your arms. Pretty much what Hanon's trying to say is it's going to strengthen all your fingers so they're all equal strength, so that your pinky is as strong as your thumb. But the thing is, no matter how much strong you get your pinky, I don't think it's going to even out in strength. I heard, what's his name, Robert Schumann once tried to do this, tried to strengthen his fingers so much that he actually very much hurt himself doing it. And the thing is, I don't think your fingers are the main central point. Like, you do need both. You need finger technique and you need to be able to use your arms. Like playing the piano starts from here, starts from your arm. There's so much muscle in your shoulder, your arm, your biceps, your triceps, your forearms, and everything. So you can utilize that. You can even utilize the weight that they carry. And I remember, what was it? The first ever basketball Debussy, I remember about a year, a little while ago, I was learning the piece, this one. Basically what I learned from it was something totally crazy and new to me, because before I'd always been thinking, okay, I have to hit this key at this certain time with this dynamic level and this push and do this, and I always tried to train like to manually think for each key, and it's like, for some reason I always felt like the song was in the piano, it wasn't in me. Even though, the piano, like, is it making sound now? No, it's in me. The song is inside me, and it's inside my arms. And then it dawned on me, the realization that I could like use smooth sweeping motions with my arms, and pretty much the song is in my arm. So what I can do actually is, say I want to accent a certain note, like, so this top one. So if I want to go to the top, I'm going to use my arm to direct that motion there. And then, you know what? Then I don't actually have to manually think that, oh, I want to accent that note and I want it to gradually get louder, because you know what? I'm playing with my whole arm and it feels so much more organic. It feels like my arms, I just create a movement with my arms that give me the what I want out of the piano. So if I want, gradually getting louder, then I'll create that kind of a movement. And it's just amazing at how well it works. It takes away everything and you can just, it feels like you're just connecting with the piano and you just use your arms to do the rest. And then you just create that arm motion and then your fingers just go in that spot and you you can play. And of course though, you do need finger technique, because you can't just, flop your arms around the piano like that and expect to get music. Otherwise anyone could learn the piano. But I learn to play like an awesome piece instantaneously. You do need finger technique too. I'm not saying that you don't. That's why I did teach part of the Hanon. But I mean, it's only part of the whole picture. So don't think of Hanon as the end all and be all. Think of it as a tool. It's good. It has its own benefits. It helps with your finger, but that's not all you want to be thinking about. You want to be thinking about your arms as well. And there's not much information on that actually, and there should be a lot more, because I think it'll help people keep from developing tendinitis. Anyway, that's sort of my little partake on that. So practice up the Hanon, but take it easy, okay? I don't want you guys getting hurt. Anyway, okay, hopefully this was an interesting and helpful lesson. Okay, well, you guys take care. Bye-bye.